Welcome back, everybody, to Below Deck Spurts, a podcast that recaps current Below Deck seasons with two Midwest millennial siblings. I'm Morgan.
I'm Lane.
And today we are recapping Below Deck Med, Season 8, Episode 9, Ciao for now.
And we did chow for now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what chow means.
Ciao as in bye, not chow as in food. Yeah, because it could be either one, but it's spelled ciao as in goodbye in... Is that Italian? It's Italian.
You want me to let you on a little secret?
I'm guessing it's not a secret, but yeah, go ahead.
I know what chow means. Get pranked. Anyways, what are we talking about?
It's Italian. The word ciao. Okay, the way our episodes work is we start with two quick fun questions for each other based upon this week's episode since we don't watch them together. And then once we get into the episodes, we'll focus on 2 to 4 points, main points throughout. So our topics for today that I came up with are just the absolutely ridiculous drama between Natalya and Kyle. It's not even like funny anymore. Like a lot of things happen this episode that were not funny. Which I never thought it was funny, but I don't know, maybe some people liked it. Luca and Jess, I mean, it's not a huge topic, but it's kind of a topic.
We all saw it coming.
Right, it's like nothing crazy happened. They hooked up, but it's like, wow, crazy.
Wow.
Natalya's departure and Max's potential departure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So much to talk about.
This was a really weird episode.
It was really weird. Oh, I made a note. There's no food to talk about because there was never a charter.
The only food that I knew what it was Captain Sandy eating Doritos.
Yeah, I was like, you go, Captain Sandy. That's got to be the best day ever. You're just hanging out on a boat. You're probably watching TV in your room eating Doritos.
You're just hanging out eating Doritos.
Yep.
Amazing.
That'd be
so cool.
So, yeah, I was like, you go, girl. All right. Do you have a question? Do you feel like you have a good question this week?
I wrote down like 5 of them.
Oh.
I want to ask you 2 of them.
Oh, okay. I struggled kind of coming up with one, but I came up with one. Oh, no, I actually came up with 2.
So, what do you think happened to Max to where he's like ostracized from the rest of the crew?
I don't think he's ostracized.
Was he like separating himself from the crew?
Yeah.
Or was the crew kind of cutting him out?
No, I think he was separating himself. Just like to a point, Natalya was as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we'll get into that. But yeah, every time like they show Max when he gets into this like weird funk, he is the one separating himself. He's the one not going to the beach club right away. He's the one not wanting to stay long when they're out. Like nobody was like not... I mean, I guess if they weren't talking to him, we don't see that. Yeah. But I don't think anybody was being rude. I don't know if maybe he just hasn't clicked with anybody.
Maybe.
It seems like he's clicked with like the chef.
Yeah.
But it's a weird dynamic.
It's so weird because like it's not high school. It's not any like...
Oh, it is so high school.
It is kind of high school.
It's obviously they're not high school age, but this is exactly how I would have acted in high school.
Yeah, because they're just like... What I would do at this point in my life, if I saw one of the crew members and I was on the crew, like the crew member just off doing his own thing, I'd walk over and be like, hey, you want to have a drink with us?
Yeah.
And if he was like, no, I'm like, just have one drink with us.
And I think in my mind that was happening, and Max was being the one being like, oh no, like...
Yeah, it could have been like that, and we just didn't see it.
Because we did kind of see it when they were leaving for the beach club, and he was like, oh, I'm not going, and they're like, what?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like, why not? And he's like, I'll go later, and he was like, just sleeping. Like, and trust me, like, I think if I needed sleep, I would be like, yeah, like, I'm gonna stay back. But
he was cashed out too when Natalya came in. He was passed out.
Yeah.
So
who knows?
Maybe he needed it. Maybe he was just having a bad day.
Right. You know, did you also notice that he struggled with English pretty bad this episode?
Yeah.
Like, we've been like, oh, his English is pretty good, but this episode, he was like not finding the right words. He was saying things and I'm like, I have no idea what he just meant. If I didn't have subtitles, I would be struggling.
I think they They probably showed that because he did have a misunderstanding with Kyle about the whole,
LGBTQ.
the whole ally versus being a part of it.
Yes. Okay, I understand that fight now. We didn't understand it last week, and now that you
Yeah.
say that, I'm like, I did for the second time watch this today, and I picked up on that where he actually didn't even know the meaning of the word ally.
Yeah, it was just a language barrier thing.
Yep.
And
Kyle's, of course, got to blow everything fucking up. So
well, that and the cool thing that happened was at some point they kind of ran into each other that night,
right.
and Max was like, "Hey, I didn't mean to come up here, but like, can we talk about it?"
Right.
And they figured out, oh, it was a language barrier thing.
Right.
He didn't know the word, so
Yeah, and
that's
it's
kind of cool.
it was, but like this is me saying that like Kyle basically gets to decide whether it gets solved or not.
Sorry, that drink is really loud.
It's okay. We'll just preface it. We're having a drink because it's like the day before Thanksgiving is when we're recording this, so it's like we're officially on vacation.
Yeah.
And I've had such a long day too. So anyways, we usually don't drink, but if you hear Lane's ice cubes, we're drinking doing
Sorry,
this.
I didn't think they'd be super loud, but they are. So.
And he can't have beer because he'll just burp the whole time.
I
So
mean, pick your poison.
you want the ice cubes? You want the burping? I want the ice cubes. Oh, okay. You want to answer my question?
No.
It's more of a hypothetical, but it's still a good question.
All right.
What was the deal with Natalya attacking Jess out of nowhere at the beach?
Out of nowhere.
She literally scanned and she's like, who am I going to yell at?
It was just like, you know how like cats randomly like
Yep,
attack other cats?
That's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
It was a random cat attack.
It was just like two cats hanging out, like, oh, there's
Chilling.
boom, 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 boom. It's like, what? What? What happened?
That's the perfect analogy.
Yeah.
Two cats just chill and all of a sudden one's like, whoop bang.
Yeah. And the other cat's like, what the fuck? That is exactly what happened. And Jess was like, I'm sorry you feel that way.
She literally was like, yeah, you're right. I didn't text you. But do you think at 2 a.m. when this fight's going on, even if I thought, oh, Kyle's in the wrong and, Natalya's in the right, do you think I'm going to message you at 2 a.m. from my bunk to your bunk so that you can just probably keep me up for another couple hours venting?
No.
I'm not doing that. I'm sorry. If that makes me a bad friend, then that makes me a bad friend. But I can just as easily talk to you the next day after all of this is over. And Jess made the point, I just got myself out of drama with Kyle. Do you think I want to enter it again?
Yeah. And Natalya and Kyle want everyone to be in the drama.
Yes.
And Jess wants no part of it. She has not shown a single time that she wants anything to do with drama.
Oh, question. Are
You
you
only
able?
get one.
Are you able? Obviously, not on the podcast because nobody can see this right now. But on the YouTube, are you able to put like a picture? If I'm like, here's a picture of Jess right here. This is what Jess looks like. Can you put a picture of her there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, don't do it too much. Otherwise, it's going to take me 3 hours. Hey.
Now.
Knock it off.
Because we were concerned that maybe people were getting people confused.
Oh, yeah. So this is Jess.
Okay.
Actually, put it a little bit lower.
Okay.
This is Jess. In this general vicinity.
And this is Natalya.
This is Natalya.
They kind of look similar. Not really. They both have long brown hair.
And this is George W. Bush. Just kidding. I'm not going to do that one.
You might.
I might.
We'll see.
Depending how squirrely I get tonight.
Oh, anyways. I said, and also, why does everyone suck? Everyone just sucks.
Yeah. I mean, the only person that's really just feeling the vibe and then leaves when things get hairy is Haley. She just like 1 second of drama goes to bed immediately.
I know. It's
like
so funny.
Her and Laura's cabin has to be so fun.
Oh, I know. And Laura said something too, like she stays out of it. She's in it more than Haley is, but she stays out of it pretty much. But she goes, she can't keep up with where Kyle is at with everybody. And I'm like, she's right. I can't keep up with who Kyle likes and who he doesn't.
I don't think he can either.
I know. So yeah. And then Haley, I remember I wrote down a point where it was like when they were out and Jack was trying to talk to somebody about Natalya, and he like
Talking to
trapped
Haley.
Haley, and she's like, yes,
Yeah.
fucked up.
She's really staying out of the drama.
She really
though.
is, and I respect it.
She has nothing to do with the drama.
No, why would you? Come on.
She's just having a good time and working her job and
That's
making money.
right, and that's what makes me feel like this is pretty real. Like, again, they're on TV. It's dramatized, but we have, I don't know, it could all be editing too, but like I find it hard to believe Haley is involved in anything dramatic.
No.
Like, she's just not, and I like that about her.
Yeah, she's just having, like I said, having fun, doing her job, making money.
Right. Oh, all right. Well, that was just the intro. So I guess we already talked about a few things we can skip over. But the episode starts off with Kyle and Natalya basically verbally swinging at each other.
Yeah.
Like fucking throwing knockout punches. Actually, I wouldn't even say Natalya was. It was Kyle. I mean, I think Kyle was out of control, out of line. I'm going to say that. Like, Natalya is absolutely not innocent. We will get into that too. But in that moment, that was pretty much all Kyle. The one thing I will say, which is what everybody else said, was Natalya did not need to give her 2 cents in that moment. And I wouldn't have given my 2 cents.
No, because he wasn't like attacking Max or anything. He
No.
was just, he was correcting him. It was
being
a little
dramatic.
dramatic and a little, not violent, but a little over the top.
Mm-hmm.
But Max didn't really, at the time, didn't really seem like he was, crying or like freaked out by Kyle. Like, it would have been a 2-minute conversation the next day when they were sober.
Yeah.
But Natalya comes in and just blows up the whole thing. And you know what I think?
What?
You know how normal people, like, to get their stress out, they like work out, go for a walk, meditate, something like that. They yell at other people to get their stress out.
Yeah, that's what it is. And Kyle, I agree with that with Kyle. Well, because Natalya really doesn't yell.
Yeah, but she is working hard.
Right.
To
I was
make
going to say,
drama happen.
that's what I was going to say is like Kyle will yell, and Sandy even says that at the end. Like when there's ever a screaming match, like you're there. But Natalya just freaking stirs the pot. And that is her entertainment, or that is her whatever. Yeah, like you said, the way to get stress out. It just sucks because she is so good at her job. And Captain Sandy said that, and Toomey said that, and she's so good at her job, but she cannot just do her job.
Yeah.
And be a normal functioning human.
Like, just do your job and
Party and go
and
to bed.
do what Haley does.
Yeah, why don't we all do that? It'd be way better off.
Yeah.
It literally makes me wonder if all boats are like this to a certain extent.
Probably, but
Not as bad.
probably. Because we only see like maybe 10% of what goes on the boat.
Right. So again, if
Probably
we see the
does.
10% drama, maybe 90% of the time it's fine.
Yeah.
Anyways. You mentioned this. Kyle and Max work it out. They end up outside. Max didn't really it was a language barrier. I said I didn't understand what Max was saying, and then he said something about Teletubbies. I think he thinks his jokes are really funny.
I mean, you never know. Everyone in France could be like, "That's a good one." Or like,
They're
what the
just
fuck are you
dying
talking
over there
about?
in France. Like,
Yeah.
he is the funniest man ever. Yeah, I don't know. That's where things start getting weird with him, I think. Luke and Jess cuddle. Big whoop. Don't care.
Yeah.
I said now it's the next day and they're all going to go to the beach club. Natalya and Max stay back like we talked about. And then before they go, Natalya asks Luca about hooking up with Jess, and he says, awkward.
Yeah. Natalya doesn't have any. It's whatever, I guess. But like, oh, did you hook up with someone last night? Like,
Yeah.
oh, do you still have a boyfriend? Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, she does.
No, she says something even worse at the end.
Oh, yeah. At the end is so much worse.
It's so much worse.
And you just want her to like trip like a little bit
For real.
and like not get hurt, but like, skin an elbow or something. Natalya, if you watch this, you got to understand my point.
Right. Hey,
I just start screaming into the mic.
right.
Fuck you.
No.
That was a joke.
Lara is shaving Jack's back.
Yeah.
That's fun.
I wouldn't want to be in that room. Because I've been in the room.
She's like, this is why I'm gay.
Yeah.
It's funny.
I've been in the room when
You were shaving a guy's back?
No, his girlfriend was, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go pee downstairs.
Why? Okay, this is a genuine question. Like, do you shave your back?
No,
Why would a guy shave their back?
no idea.
I mean, unless they're like insanely hairy. Like noticeable, you know,
Well,
like wow, look at that. There's no skin there.
It was my it was my college roommate, and he was super Italian.
So it was like justifiable.
Yeah.
Cause like Jax wasn't. He's blonde.
Yeah. No,
Come on.
Well, he was gonna be shirtless the whole day the next day.
I know, but like here's my take as a woman. Take it or leave it, you know. But if you have back hair, cool, whatever. If it's the only time a woman's gonna notice it is if it's like a bear. Like, no, I don't know. That's just how I see it. It's kind of like that with eyebrows, right? Eyebrows are only super noticeable if they're like, wow, you've never taken care of those before, or you have like a unibrow or something. But generally, I don't notice eyebrows unless they're like crazy. That's how I feel about back hair too, I guess.
Yeah, I think sometimes like people just get in their own head, like, oh, they're gonna be like, oh, look at that bear over there and covered in hair, but like no one really gives a shit.
Bear covered in hair.
Yeah, sorry, I've been reading a lot of Dr. Seuss lately, but like, yeah, just little shit like that. Like right now, I haven't shaved in a few days, and before this, I was like, should I shave? And I'm like,
yeah, like I didn't even notice it until you said that.
Ow.
But that's what I'm talking about. If you bring up the things, people are going to look at them.
Exactly.
It's kind of like, I know girls, again, this is like a personal preference. But I know girls that will shave their legs like every 2 days or something. And I know you don't understand this because you don't shave your legs.
I shave my legs every single day.
You have shaved your legs before, actually, for swimming.
4 times, yeah.
4 times, wow.
Yeah.
But you don't have to shave your legs every 2 days. You only have to do it when it starts to become noticeable. But whatever, that's just me. Everything is fine at the beach club until Natalya and Max show up.
I don't know why that made me laugh so much, but just the pause and then everything is fine. Yeah, everything seemed really cool. I would love to watch that footage.
I would
because that looked really fun.
Please let me have fun for 1 second on this show.
And they're like, "Oh, all the fun people are there." Anyways, here's Natalya complaining about
Here
something.
she comes to ruin the day.
Yeah, jeez.
Serious, that's how it was though. Even Max, you could tell, was down. He didn't ruin it though. No. He was just reading his fucking book.
He just did his own thing.
Yeah.
And I respect that. He's like, I'm a little pissed off. I'm a little annoyed. I'm going to go over here and read a book and listen to music. Mm-hmm. And if someone comes over, I'll give them the time of day.
Right. But Natalya just scans and is like the cat ready to be like, who am I going to slap the shit out of?
Oh, Jess, you got good vibes. Boom!
She literally came in so hot too. Like, because Jess was talking to Max about, I don't know, those, the book he was reading was about, was by like a motivational speaker or something. And she's like, oh, that's funny because you bitch or something like that. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Jess was just like, oh, that's really cool. I really like to put out positive vibes. And Nat's like, you know what? You know fucking what?
Yeah.
You're not. You're a bitch.
Yeah.
It's like,
and I'm so tired of you acting like this goody-goody. Like, I mean, again, I think Jess reacted the best way she could have.
Oh, absolutely. But wasn't one of her Natalya's arguments to Jess like, I've stuck up for you?
Yes.
She fucking didn't when Kyle came at her
Screaming
in the bathroom.
at her. I know.
I just thought
God.
of that.
I just thought of that too after you said it.
I just thought of that.
The other times though too were her stirring the pot.
Yeah, it wasn't her trying to help Jess.
No, it was her being like, did you hear what Toomey said about you? That's not helping your friend.
No.
Have you ever heard of like the saying, you
don't shit where you eat?
Yes, that. But also,
But also,
But also the one where, oh, now I lost my train of thought. Dang
Sorry.
it. What was it? Hold on. It's going to come back. It's going to come back. Oh, what other people say about you is none of your business.
yeah.
That's true. Like, I know that that's really hard for us to wrap our minds around. And I sound like a therapist right now because I've said this before, but it's in session, not here. But like, I know it's hard to wrap our minds around the fact that what other people say about us is none of our business, but you're only hurting your own feelings because guess what? People are talking bad things about us.
Yeah.
Probably right now. Hopefully not right now. Hopefully it's not like a constant loop, but people say things about you that you don't want to hear. I don't want to hear every opinion somebody has about me.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what Natalya was doing and saying I was helping you. No, you're actually just making me feel like shit.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Anyways.
And we won't dive too much into it, but Toomey kind of does the same thing. Kyle does the same
Yeah.
thing. Jess is just in a toxic work environment.
I know. I will still stick by that. So far, Jess has not made me mad.
No.
Toomey's not innocent. Natalya is not innocent. Kyle is not innocent. We are not team those three. We will be. I will stand on team Jess right now, though. I really will.
Yeah.
So.
I'm still team deckhands.
Right. Yeah, of course. Team Haley. All the way. And Lara.
And Luca and Max.
All of them.
I mean, Max is like, he's like the most up in the air guy right now, but you know, I got his back.
So Natalya leaves finally. She goes back
Bye,
to the boat.
Natalya.
She goes back to the boat. She gets her suitcase from the thing. She doesn't go to dinner. What?
I'll bring it up in a minute.
I was going to say, now we are at dinner.
Okay.
Okay. What you wanted to say? You want to bring it up now or
No,
no?
you'll probably say it, but
Okay.
I have an opinion on it.
I said they're getting wasted at dinner because they ordered Long Island iced teas, and nobody enjoys a Long Island iced tea.
No, that's you just got a divorce type of drink.
Yeah, it's a I don't want to remember tonight kind of drink.
Yeah.
You know? And then blowjob shots. I've never heard of those.
I don't know what those are.
You don't know what a blowjob is?
No comment.
I'm going to look it up.
Dad asked me the same thing.
What is a blowjob?
Today, and I was like, no comment.
Wait, did he literally?
No, he asked me.
Oh, God. I was like, dear Lord,
was
thank
talking
God I
about-
wasn't there.
He was like, "Oh, you would not have liked the conversation we had earlier."
I don't want to know then. It's kind of like, again, I don't want to know what people say about me. I don't want to know.
It wasn't about you, but you would not have liked it.
It was the, does it have to do with the TikTok I sent you earlier?
Yes,
Okay.
exactly that.
Yep, that's.
Exactly that. I will not say it on the podcast.
Was
I'm
Mom there?
sorry. Yes.
What was she doing?
The same thing.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
All right, we'll have to say it off air.
Yeah, it's definitely off air. There's no way.
God damn it. Okay, a blowjob shot is set.
So a blowjob is
A layered shot made with Kahlua, Bailey's, and or amaretto with whipped cream. So it's basically
Oh, I've heard of those. They're
Yeah.
called something else, but I'm not going to say it.
worse than blowjob.
Yeah,
Wow, we are just.
but I'm not going to say it because YouTube will get mad at us.
Are they already gonna be mad at me for saying BJ?
No,
No.
I don't know.
You know what I was thinking?
Actually, I just don't want to say it. I blamed it on YouTube. I just don't want to say it.
Okay. Yeah, I don't want to hear it. You know what I was thinking? Every time I post a TikTok, I always say YouTube in it. And I think, do you think they probably don't like that? Cuz I'll be like, check out our YouTube. I don't think they like that.
No, maybe, but the TikTok algorithm is very, very calculated based on views, likes, and watch time.
So it has nothing to do with the fact that you mention another platform or anything like that?
Maybe.
Some people have said that when they mention what's the website or the app where you can pay a celebrity to give you a message?
Cameo?
Yes. Some people have said that if they say Cameo on TikTok, they get a fourth of their normal views.
You never know, though. People say that, but how much data do you know? What are your analytics?
Mm-hmm.
It's a crapshoot. It's like fishing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's kind of how I see it, but I didn't know if I was just stupid.
No, you're not. It's literally like fishing. The time of day matters.
Yep.
Other than that, that's
Probably
about
the
it.
day matters, the time of day, all of that.
the weather, what you put on
What
the
was on
wine,
TV that night?
how drunk are you in the clip? Whatever.
If you're speaking real words, they want you to like know actual words. Okay, but now we're here, and I think this is what you were talking about. Then Natalya texts Lara.
That's exactly what I wanted to talk about.
I swear to God. Lara, I don't blame her because she was drunk. But if she was sober, she shouldn't have said a word.
Yeah.
Because Natalya wanted her to say that.
Yeah.
What were you going to say about it?
I was going to say, what was the point of her texting her at that point?
For her to tell everybody.
For her to tell everybody.
Right.
Like, get over it.
I know.
Like.
Yep. She said, can you ask Luca if he can get my suitcase?
Can you ask Luca?
Could you text him?
To move the suitcase that I already moved.
In the morning. So dramatic. I said it was so manipulative. And it was.
Yeah.
You wanna be the topic of conversation. So you made sure to text her and say that, and
y'all need therapy.
Oh my God. I need therapy after this episode. For real. I watch it. Well, I think I've said this on here before. I watch it live on Monday night and I don't do notes. And after I watched it, I was like, I do not want to watch that again. You said the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I actually didn't watch it again until, it's 9:00 right now. I probably watched it at 5:30.
Oh yeah, we were texting about something earlier, and I was like, yeah, I still got to rewatch it before I come over, and I really don't want to.
I know.
The only reason I do it is to like remind myself of the little details or pick up on things I didn't pick up on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. So then they all go out. They're having fun. They get over the whole thing with Natalya. I mentioned this earlier. Jack is now trying to be upset about Natalya, but no one else is. Then he proceeds to get fucked up.
Yeah. Like really fucked up.
I know. When I watch them drink, so I don't know if I've said this before. I'm 30. And I cannot drink like I did when I was 22, right? It's just like a fact. Nobody can. But sometimes and most of the time on this show, they're in their early 20s, 22, 3, 4. Some of them, though, are around my age. Yeah. Like, I think Kyle's around my age. I'd argue Jack's around my age, maybe a little younger.
I think Kyle's 31.
Yeah.
And Jack is late 20s.
Right.
I could be dead
I think
wrong,
Natalya's also late. Well, no, maybe she's like 26.
She's a vampire. So
yeah, that's true.
You would never know.
Anywho, I just look at them and I'm like, there's such a big gap between a 30-year-old and a 24-year-old in terms of being able to drink that much. If I drank that much, I'm not even exaggerating. There's no way I could work the next day. No way.
Yeah.
But I guess you do it, but I couldn't imagine putting myself in that spot. I'll have this glass of wine and feel it tomorrow morning for sure.
Right. That's like when my college friends come to town, we cannot buy liquor anymore.
No.
Because we drank on Friday night and almost did absolutely nothing on Saturday. And they were leaving on Sunday. Yeah, we should have, but you guys were coming over for a barbecue, so we kind of put ourselves together.
I remember that. I was like thinking about the last time, but it was only your one friend that came the last time.
Yeah, I think the thing I was thinking about was like a year or two ago.
Yeah. Luca does say Kyle is being mean, and I agree. I think he's being a mean girl energy. Which is not cool. Even if someone does you wrong, you never want to have mean girl energy. You want to come at it with grace. Maybe not grace. Maturity. That's how I see it. Ugh. And then they go back and Kyle goes into Natalya's room. You remember him doing that, going into Natalya's room to be like, the definite goodbye? Like, what was the point of that?
Like, he handled it well, but it didn't really need to happen.
No.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest, and I think Toomey says this. She's like, it's kind of annoying that Kyle thinks he's in the right. He actually thinks he did literally nothing wrong.
Yeah.
He really does. Like, and I believe that. I don't think it's like an act. I think he actually believes he didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
And but you know what's also like funny but not funny is nobody's going to say anything to him because they're terrified of him
Yeah. Because he's going to make their life hell for 3 days.
and scream at them.
Yeah.
I would be the same way. I would be like, he's in the wrong. Do I tell him and get screamed at and become enemy number one for the next 3 days? Or do I just ignore it? They both suck because, yeah, ignoring it doesn't feel good either. But I'm actually, the more I think about it, I feel like somebody should have went to Captain Sandy sooner.
Yeah.
With like everything that was going on.
I don't think anyone realized how bad it was until that night.
With Max and
Yeah,
Kyle.
and they're like, wait, Max was like in the wrong, but he didn't know he was in the wrong.
Right, and they were really drunk
and
too.
everyone's hammered and he's screaming at everybody.
Yep.
Like, that is not a good person to be around.
No. Yeah. You know, and like I said, I think hindsight I say that, but in the moment we didn't say that. Like, so I think maybe they felt the same way. It was like in the moment they didn't think it was as bad as it was, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
Jess and Luca hook up and nothing was left to the imagination.
And they hooked up in like the dumbest way. Like, go to a guest cabin.
Or, yeah, because there's no cameras in there. That's what people always do.
And there's no roommates in there.
I know. Oh, yeah. I don't know.
Or cover the camera instead of putting a blanket.
Cover yourself.
Or cover yourself. Or go in the bathroom. Or do anything other than what you did. Like, don't get me wrong. They're drunk and dumb. But right, that's still, like, there was 5 other options you could have done. But it made for good TV.
It did. Max isn't getting a boner in the morning, and that makes him want to leave.
Yeah, and he explained it in the weirdest way possible. Like, I don't get Paris in the morning. It's a terrible impression, but like, dude, just say boner.
I was like, that is not me exaggerating. He said he was not getting the Eiffel Tower in the morning. That makes him want to leave. Natalya talks to Captain Sandy. Captain really likes Natalya, but tells her if she needs to leave, then she's not going to stop her for her mental health.
Captain Sandy is so awesome.
Were you a little bit surprised that Captain Sandy didn't say, what's making you want to leave? Well, okay, here's what I was surprised at. Natalya said, like, obviously I have shit going on at home, but there's been shit going on and Kyle's been screaming at me and stuff. Mm-hmm. I'm surprised Captain Sandy didn't say, hey, let's take a pause. Let's see if I can, like, investigate. And if we can fix this issue, will you stay?
Yeah.
That's what threw me off, was that Captain Sandy jumped right to, I would never want you to stay if your mental health is bad, blah, 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 which is like, right. Yeah, I get that. But I feel like she skipped a step.
So this will all make more sense when we figure out if Kyle was fired or not.
But no, I feel like it'll make less sense, because if Kyle's fired, then really Natalya didn't need to go.
Yeah. I guess I kind of stepped two steps ahead. But yeah, that is a very good question.
Because she's like, let me investigate. And if in Captain Sandy's mind, if Kyle did a fireable offense, Natalya would probably stay. Or in the back of Captain Sandy's mind, she's like, she also doesn't get along with Toomey. Like, things haven't been going well with Toomey.
She's been yelling at Jess.
Well, I don't think she knew that, but
I don't know. She said she has eyes and ears everywhere, which, cameras are pretty good at that.
Yep.
But I think, if I had to guess, Captain Sandy was like, she is very good at her job, but this is the wrong crew for her.
Yeah, probably. That's probably why she didn't fight.
And so she's like, you're a great stew. I love you. Go do your thing. Because she's like, Captain Sandy also knows that she's being pulled each way by her boyfriend back home.
Yes, she has a lot going on.
She has all this drama here. Might as well just get rid of her before she does something stupid.
And you have to fire her.
And you have to fire her. You can bring her back once she maybe gets everything figured out.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. Then she makes the comment as Natalya is literally leaving. Luca disappointed me in the end. He should have wanted me to stay, but he was too focused on a vagina. Do you think he wasn't focused on your vagina? Like, do you think he actually wanted to marry you?
She blamed literally everyone else on the boat besides Captain Sandy for why she left.
Yeah.
Like
I was like, Natalya, I don't know if you remember, you have a boyfriend that you love, that you don't want an open relationship with.
Literally before that said, I need to have a strong talk with him about how I don't want an open relationship.
I don't understand.
You just want to, I don't even know what I was going with, but you're like, God damn it.
Her argument would probably be, as a friend, she thought Luca would be there for her.
Bullshit.
So yeah, that's basically it. Then Captain's doing some investigating, talking to Jack and Toomey.
Jack lets it rip.
Because he likes Natalya.
Yeah.
He feels loyal to her. I think it's because she's hot, but that's just my take.
I don't think so.
No?
No, we haven't seen anything like that. I think he just genuinely likes her, and they bonded a lot on the first charter.
Yeah.
And we don't see a lot of it. I mean, this whole episode felt like we skipped 3 episodes to me.
Yeah.
Like it went from one energy on the last episode to this one.
Yeah.
It was a little weird.
It was a lot. So that's it. Then she brings Kyle up, Max drops the bomb on Luca that he's going to leave after the charter. We'll see what happens there. And
I don't think he'll leave.
I don't think Kyle's going to leave either.
I don't think Max will leave. I think Kyle's getting fired.
You think?
I think so.
Okay, so Lane's team, Kyle's getting fired. I'm team, I don't think he's gonna. I don't think she's gonna.
Do I want him to get fired? Like, I could go either way, but I think he is going to get fired.
Okay. I don't think he is. I think she's going to have a really stern talk with him, see how he reacts to it. If he reacts well, she's going to say, like, I hear one little inkling of you bullying or something, you're gone.
Damn. Yeah, that sounds more like Captain Sandy.
I know.
Because also she's not going to want to lose 2 stews.
At once with a charter coming the next day. It's just like, that would be a lot.
I'm glad I didn't put money on that.
All right, we finally did it. We made it through. Wow. So yeah, that's how we end the episode, and we will see what happens with Kyle and what happens with Max, hopefully next episode.
We will see next episode what happens with those people.
Indeed, we will.
We will see that. Also, word of the day, go.
Thanksgiving. Because Thanksgiving's tomorrow, and if you're watching this from not the United States of America, we celebrate Thanksgiving in November. Because I know other people also don't celebrate it, obviously, because it's actually like a really shitty holiday, but we won't get into that.
Yeah.
We won't get into the history of Thanksgiving on this podcast. That's for another one. But I know Canadian Thanksgiving is like in October, right?
That's when Halloween is, you stupid Canadian. I'm just kidding.
Wait, I don't even know what Canadian Thanksgiving is.
It's Canada.
Canadian Thanksgiving.
Isn't it Canada Day?
No.
Or is that something else?
No, I remember seeing October 14th. Is that when it is? Oh, it switches. 2023 date was October 9th. 2024 date is October 14th. Does anybody else's Wikipedia always want money from them?
Yep.
Okay, it's not just me.
Constantly.
And they're like, hey, not to make you feel bad, but this website is literally going to die tomorrow unless you give us $3. So if you don't want Wikipedia to die on your watch, give me $3.
Hey, like all the information on the internet is basically here. Give us $3.
If you don't, I'm going to continually like make you feel bad.
Except all the cookies.
There's a lot of words about what Thanksgiving is in Canada, and
it's called a paragraph.
I don't read it. Does it have to do with the pilgrims like for us?
I think you're okay if you don't explain.
Honestly, I can't even read these words, so I'm not going to explain Canadian Thanksgiving.
Happy Blackout Wednesday to all the Americans out there.
Oh, God. All right. That's all I got.
I have a lot more. I'm kidding.
Hey, I am one of those people that runs a 5K on Thanksgiving morning.
Yeah, what a turd.
If you are one of those people, comment, let me know. Because I was not that person until last year. And I joined, I'm in like this fitness group with these people, and that's what we do.
Yeah, so actually, if you made it this far, word of the day, if you run 5Ks on Thanksgiving, comment 5K or running or whatever makes you happy. But if you're like me and you get a little drunk the night before Thanksgiving and you sleep in too late, comment, I'm cool.
Yeah, that's a productive human.
Hey.
I'm the one that's going to have one glass of wine and go to bed after this.
Boo.
It's 9:24. I'm going to be hopefully asleep by 10 o'clock.
And I'm going to be having fun tonight.
Okay. All right. Thank you, everybody. Keep liking, subscribing. We love seeing those numbers kind of continually climb, and we have our special people that comment every week.
We do.
Honestly, we appreciate it
do.
so much. We really do. We look forward to it. So everybody have a great holiday if you celebrate, and we will see you next week.
We'll see you then.
Bye.
Bye.